So this is Moonlighter for the PS4. Just downloaded it a couple of days ago, and I'm going to do a voiceover um, of this game. I recorded it directly with the wire capture I had, but just didn't sound as good as I wanted it to be. So I'm just going to narrate over what I did earlier when I captured this footage. Uh, Moonlighter. I already like the way this game opened up. I mean, the animations is nice, the music is nice, but we'll get into that later. I'm going to check the settings, make sure everything's a-okay the way I like it. You know, we're going to play it on very hard. You know, I'm going to have to play it on very hard. That's the highest level it got, so I'm going to knock it out. A little bit of wait time in the beginning, but I didn't really notice anything, unusual throughout the game. So, alright, so this is the opening of the game. I'm just going to have you guys read it to yourselves because I'm not a very good speaker nor reader. So this is my first voiceover, so if it comes out nice when I edit this video, I may do this in the future, or I may go back to testing out some things and just do a direct capture of my playthrough with my voice. Okay. Alright, so we were kicked off inside this dungeon area. There's little instructions on the top of the dungeon. Joystick to move around. Pressed, I think it's L2. Yeah, L2 is the roll. L2 acts as a roll and a jump all at the same time. So you here see. And you can roll through enemies with L2 as well. So L2 is pretty helpful, and also you can roll through attacks and stuff. And this is the X is to attack with normally. So we're going to get into it. I pressed square and I saw that it does a charge move here. I'm assuming those little red things are health. When I was playing the game, I wasn't really paying too much close attention to my health or what it does. This is telling me if I press R2 that I get to replenish my health some. I did the square attack again, and it got a little bit of a homing feature to it, so it's pretty useful for bigger enemies anyway. X to open up treasure chests, I guess, and interact with everything. And here, this one again becomes a little bit like Dark Souls. The game wants you to die, and as you can see, I'm getting owned, and I'm just getting used to the rolling mechanic because about this game, it doesn't have a really good diagonal direction, only up, down, and up, down, left, and right. I'm trying to get used to that feeling of not being able to roll diagonally like most modern games, and you see I'm just dying carelessly. There's no way in the hell you're supposed to be able to defeat these enemies. I pressed R2 to replenish my health a little bit, but I just said, you know what, forget it. So you're not supposed to survive that onslaught. This is all supposed to happen. So it's a little bit of a Dark Souls, punishes you for being a little bit too careless, zealous, and that's how this game is really. For what I played so far. It's like you have to make a decision if it's a good time for you to go back home, um, or do you want to keep going on through the dungeon? It's a little interesting. Still in the beginning of the early phases of the game. It's still teaching you how to play this game. Xenon is the old man's name, and the boy is named Will. So this is the old man telling you about the store. Tell you a little bit about the dungeons. And he wants you to use that pendant he gave you. And I was a little bit confused. I thought the store was mine, but apparently not. Let's go into my inventory right now. He gave me a sword and shield, so square says block, you can hold it down. X is to attack. So I went around and started talking to people. Just trying to get as much information about the story as possible. This game definitely has that Zelda feel, and the graphics and the music is really good. Found Will. I mean, not Will, but Mesa. And now he's telling me about some hot springs that revitalize you. That's very Zelda. Alright, so I believe I know where I'm going now. Yep, dungeon this way, so. Alright, so there's 4 gates. There's 4, we call them gates, but they're 4 dungeons. I'm just reading the sign here. Alright, so this is the one I got kicked out from, so let me go back in there. I got my supplies all ready to go. I'm ready to kick butt. Alright, so back in action. I think I went up. Trying to decide if I want to go up or left. I mean, right, I'm sorry. I decided it went up, so. I just noticed now there's a map on the left hand corner. You don't realize, like, I guess because the screen and the animations are so good and like your senses are just overwhelmed, you don't realize what you have on your screen visually at this corner does to help you. I was just going in here blind. I just now started noticing my health bar. And so this, you see how I'm not used to that? I got cleaned. That was just an easy hit for him. I realized or remember that I can roll through them. Those guys do a lot of damage, but that's because I'm playing a game on very hard, so I gotta be very cautious with my actions. See, it's like I said, that mechanic of the fact that you can't attack diagonally, only up and down and left and right, is kind of getting to me. And this enemy, I couldn't really tell if he's facing me or, but I'm trying to use my R2 at this point, and I realized, oh, I forgot I had a shield. So like I said, my senses were just overwhelmed. This is my first time playing this game. I thought that was an enemy, so that's why I did that. Hopefully far better luck than I So that skeleton is crazy old Pete. I wonder what happened to him. These dungeons are not what they seem. And I'm still trying to figure out what is that on the ground. It looks like an enemy that's been spliced in half. He dropped his bag. So each dungeon has its key, which opens the 5th door. I wish there was more dungeons, but I'm just assuming that the game is relatively short, but probably not. So this part of the game is telling me to use my pendant. I just realized that those little yellow things is money, so it costs me X amount of change to kind of zap my way out of the dungeon. So it costs me 200 gil, I guess, using the escape pendant. So that's kind of like the part of the game where you kind of have to make a decision of if you want to continue with the dungeon or you want to retreat. But even retreating costs you something. I are coming to a conclusion of my first gameplay with a voiceover. I'm wondering how it turned out. Not sure if I want to do commentary like this or no commentary at all. I'm still trying to decide. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening and enjoying. If you did enjoy, if you have anything, please comments. Subscribe to my channel. Every little bit counts, and so this is all for pleasure. Thank you.